We don't know when he will come, but we do know where he will come from. The location is known. Now the location of the Mahdi is something that is slight dispute amongst the ulama. This is because there are two sets of ahadith regarding the Mahdi. The first set of hadith mentions that the Mahdi shall come from the east. In another narration, the country is mentioned from Khurasan. And Khurasan, in our times, these are portions of Afghanistan and Bukhara and all of these areas that are above the areas of India, Pakistan. They're more northernly and more easternly. All of this was called Khurasan. Even portions of Iran come under the classical name of Khurasan. This is the first set of ahadith that they shall appear from Khurasan. The second set of ahadith mention that he shall appear from Medina. And so the scholars have differed. How do we reconcile these two sets of ahadith? Let us quote some of these ahadith and then present one opinion on the issue. Of these ahadith is the hadith mentioned in Ibn Majah and also in the Mustadrak of Al-Hakim, that the Prophet ﷺ said, and this is an authentic hadith, 3 groups of people shall fight for your treasure. 3 groups of Muslims shall fight for your treasure. And each of these 3 leaders will be sons of a Khalifa. There will be 3 princes. Okay, their fathers were Khalifas. So 3 princes, if you like, he didn't say princes, he said sons of Khalifa, will fight over your treasure. The scholars of hadith said the treasure being referred to is the treasure buried underneath the Kaaba. There is a major treasure buried underneath the Kaaba. We don't know exactly where. It is buried to this day. It was buried by the tribe of Jurhum. It was buried in the ancient times, before the coming of the Prophet ﷺ by many years. It was buried when the tribe was being attacked by a neighboring tribe, and so they gathered all of their treasures and they buried them in a location around the Kaaba. We don't know where. And they also hid the well of Zamzam. And you all know that Abdul Muttalib discovered the well of Zamzam, he rediscovered it. Okay, when this invading army was coming, they hid the well of Zamzam and they buried all of their gold and all of the money that they had. They buried it there because they didn't want the enemy tribe to take it. So that treasure, 3 princes will fight over it inside of the Haram. There shall occur battle there inside of the Haram. And the Prophet said, none of them shall win. They're not going to find this, and none of them will win over the other 2. None of them shall win. Then he said, there shall come black flags from the east. There shall come black flags from the east, and then a war shall ensue between the Muslims that no nation has ever happened. The severity of the war, no ummah has ever undergone such a severe war. So he is saying black flags will come from the east, meaning the lands of Khurasan. Another narration in the Musnad Imam Ahmad says, when you see these black flags, then realize that the Mahdi will be with them. Realize that there will be the Mahdi. Sorry, he didn't say with them, he said there will be the Mahdi. So when you see the black flags, give bay'ah to the Mahdi, even if you have to crawl on snow to get to him. Even if you have to crawl on snow, when you see these black flags, make sure you get to the Mahdi and give your bay'ah to him. And there are other narrations which mention that there shall be an army from the east, from Khurasan as we said, and they shall have these rayat as-sud, or the black flags.